Before we speak about the Weeksville Heritage Center, I want to share a few words about my recent visit to the White House. Yesterday, I did something that I am truly reluctant to do. I left New York City. I traveled down to Washington, D.C. to meet with President Trump in the Oval Office. I have said time and again that our city faces an immense affordability crisis. It is felt by residents here in Weeksville, across Brooklyn, and across the 5 boroughs of the city that we all love and call home. And it is felt whenever New Yorkers try to find a place to live, go grocery shopping, put their kids in childcare, or even take public transit. Addressing this crisis was the focus of my meeting with the President. I proposed working together to build more than 12,000 new homes in our city, which will be the single largest housing development New York City has seen since 1973. The President was interested in the idea, and I look forward to the ensuing conversations about how to build more housing in a city that doesn't have enough of it. We also discussed the immigration cases I know are front of mind for so many New Yorkers. I shared my concern with the President about ICE's detention of Columbia student Elmina Agayeva yesterday morning, as well as the detention of 4 additional New Yorkers in relation to the university, Mahmoud Khalil, Mohsen Mahdawi, Yunseo Chung, and Nakak Ordia. I asked that their cases be dropped. I'm grateful that shortly after our meeting, the President called me to inform me that Elmina would be imminently released, and indeed she was. Now I want to speak about the reason that we are together today. The Weeksville Heritage Center. What a gift, truly, it is to be here with all of you. Thank you to the string quartet. If we can have another round of applause for the incredible performance, truly. For beginning this event on such a celebratory note. And my deepest gratitude as well goes to Dr. Raymond Condrington and the staff of the Weeksville Heritage Center for preserving historic Weeksville's remarkable legacy for all of us. I am struck by the way that this center honors the past while existing firmly in the present and charting a course for our future. Whether it's yoga classes or movie screenings, you have created a space for both Black joy and Black memory. And I want to say thank you as well to Afia Atamensa, the Chief Equity Officer of New York City, from our administration here with us. Thank you to my former colleague, Assemblywoman Latrice Walker. Also say thank you to the DDC team members that worked so hard on this project. That's right. They should get their props. I want to say thank you to Woon Lam, to Suzanne Lee Kim, Alexandra Ramos, Anthony Saxon Joseph. I also want to say thank you to the Capitol team at the Department of Cultural Affairs, with a special shout out to Victor Meteor, who shepherded this project from the start, and to say thank you to our outgoing Commissioner Lori Cumbo. And I'm also told that Commissioner Cumbo's mother may be in the audience as well. So we want to say thank you to you as well, ma'am. And at some point we may be joined by the Deputy Brooklyn Borough President, Kim Council. Now today we mark the completion of the renovation of the Hunterfly roadhouses, where Black New Yorkers gathered, organized, and raised their families long before the Civil War led to emancipation. Just 11 years after New York State outlawed slavery, Stevedore James Weeks bought 2 lots here in 1838. At the time, New York had a law that stated all white men were entitled to vote, but that Black men had to own $250 worth of property to do the same. James Weeks built his own home, and then he built and sold homes to other Black people, to recently freed slaves along the eastern seaboard. And in that way, he created a community of voting Black landowners. By 1855, Weeksville was home to more than 500 free Black New Yorkers, sustained by their own shops, schools, nursing home, orphanage, newspapers, and churches. Weeksville was a sanctuary, as we heard before, a sanctuary of safety, of dignity, of opportunity in the face of injustice and systemic racism. It was the physical embodiment of Black resilience and resourcefulness, a place where Black New Yorkers not only had the vision to imagine something greater, but the determination to also build it for themselves. In this center, we see reflected the countless choices that led to the haven that was Weeksville. It was a choice for James Weeks to build the community that would become a sanctuary for escaped slaves, to publicize the fact of Weeksville in the South. Because of that action, 30% of this community, of its residents, were Southern-born. It was a choice to make the Freedmen's Torchlight a newspaper that not only delivered the news of the day, but taught Weeksville's recently freed residents the alphabet and doled out educational material on how to live on your own. It was a choice to ensure the idea of a safe haven was built into Weeksville's very DNA, so that years after its founding, black New Yorkers again sought safety there from the 1863 New York City draft riots. All of these choices allowed Weeksville to become a home for the city's abolitionists, a place where radical thinkers could exchange ideas. Here, too, was the birthplace of Dr. McKinney Stewart, the first female black New Yorker to earn a medical degree. And yet the story of Weeksville greatness is also a story of greatness that came to a premature end. Its cemetery was dug up to make way for Eastern Parkway, its identity as a hub of black sanctuary forgotten. I am thankful for the work of James Hurley, who rediscovered this site in 1968, and for Joan Maynard, who led efforts to preserve Weeksville's history. It is because of them, as well as many others, that New Yorkers and City Hall can look to Weeksville as a guide as we work to build a city where every New Yorker can afford a dignified life. To deliver that city will not only require the same level of thoughtfulness that James Weeks and others led with nearly 2 centuries ago. It will also demand the same willingness to put working New Yorkers first. Now, you know that I speak often about the importance of taxing the rich and ensuring the wealthiest New Yorkers and most profitable corporations pay their fair share. In response, I often hear about an imagined exodus such a policy choice would prompt. After I share the fact that our city is home to more millionaires today than we were when the state raised taxes on millionaires in 2021, I then ask about the exodus that we're already facing. Over the past 2 decades, more than 200,000 black New Yorkers have left our city. Because childcare costs have become too prohibitive, rent too unaffordable, buses too slow. That is a very real, very tangible exodus. And it is measured in storefronts that sit shuttered, in neighborhoods that feel more hollow than before, in schools with fewer students in their classrooms. We can and will do more to ensure that New York stays home to all those who want to call it as such. Like the leaders of Weeksville, we now look to them as an example for how City Hall can use the fullest extent of our power to improve black New Yorkers' lives across this city. Over the coming weeks and months and years, we will make universal childcare a reality for every family in this city. We will protect homeowners by taking on deed theft while breaking new ground on affordable housing across our city. And yes, we will also make the slowest buses in the United States of America fast and free. As we reflect upon the urgency of this work, I'm reminded of an exhibit that is currently on display here, In Search of Sugarcane, by Latasha N. Nevada Diggs. It tells the story of a black woman's slow displacement from her Harlem apartment, preserving her mementos and memories at an altar, and in that way, keeping them alive, creating a space of what she calls sacred time. Standing in the exhibit, you feel the profound loss of displacement as well as her refusal to be erased. It is a story that is all too familiar to many black New Yorkers. My friends, as we celebrate this incredible day, and as we celebrate Black History Month here, let us also recommit ourselves to ensuring that black history can continue to be written in our city. And may the memory of Weeksville light our way. Thank you very much.
Subscribe to Oneindia and never miss an update. Download the Oneindia app now.